Today it's Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. This is the S63B44 out of a M8 2020. Since yesterday I have started working on this engine. Obviously it's not been washed, it's not been prepared, it's not ready, alright? It looks nice and decent, I don't see any problem whatsoever. I get the rough measurements from the cylinders, looking good, we don't have any problem. Yes, this, like I said, I'm gonna go to wash it, to prepare it. On the block, the only thing what I saw, it's this one. And this is how they ship the engine from United States. That they put a bracket here, if I remember right, either from inside. Yeah, because there is no any other mark. Here we have a washers, like any other time, to don't hurt the block, to don't see any scratches. There was only one over there. Then, the crankshaft, it's on the way to the machine shop to polish it. One light polishing to put the new bearings. These are the piston and connecting rods in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. How I remove it, alright? That I have to separate the connecting rods and I have to get the pistons to remove the carbon. I need to get also one measurement from the piston to the cylinder, like what I'm doing all the time with the M157, with any other engine. Okay, and then I have to use these connecting rod bearings and these connecting rods with the stock pistons. Fine. Here we have the main bearings. I have it as a reference, like any other time. From any other engine, I'm doing the same thing. I'm cleaning it to don't have the oil, I'm putting a number on it. This is the upper, here is the damper pulley, here it's the flex plate from the transmission side, alright? These are the upper bearings. Keep in mind that this engine, it's not high mileage engine. They told me that it has something like 60,000 kilometers, if I remember right. And you can see actually that it's nice and clean inside everything. Excuse me. Let's see the bearings. And I'm gonna explain my point. Some people, they're gonna say, you know what, why you strip off completely the engine if you change only piston connecting rods, keep the crankshaft in place, right? After all, it's a 2020 model, just 4 years old, very low mileage, and looks clean, the engine, right? Okay, I'm not doing that. I prefer to have a peace of mind and don't have any surprise than just putting piston connecting rods, let us say, aftermarket, and don't check at all the crank main bearings. Why? See why. Alright, then number 2, it's acceptable. Then number 3, it's acceptable. What's the thrust washers? Alright, number 4, upper. All of them are acceptable. Definitely the engine was running, but you're not gonna have a happy end. Makes sense, right? And you're already here. That's the lower, number 1. Number 2, the third one, the middle one. 4th and 5th. Lovely. Like I said, this, I have to keep it as a reference. I'm gonna put it here next to the new one. These are the number 3, upper and lower, and here, upper and lower. We have, this is supposed to be ignition coils. Yes, there are. New ignition coils, new spark plugs. All the parts being provided from the owner, from the customer, okay? It's not by us. Couple of seals, head gaskets, exhaust manifold gasket, the timing cover gaskets, the oil pan gaskets down here, the cover seals up here, some other seals here inside, oil filter. This is the motor, because when we receive the engine, just a second, this is for the lift, for the valve lift, alright. I'm gonna explain, just give me a second. All right, I have it there in this nylon bag. This is how it came. It came in a box, but I want to have some space here. That's why I have removed the box. And I'm gonna show you in a while. Crankshaft rear seal, front damper pulley seal, bolts, ARP studs here, valve seals, the connecting rods, the connector bearings, the crankshaft main bearings, the middle one, thrust washers. This is the only term for the turbochargers. I haven't cleaned it yet. It's just been degreased only. As soon as the seal it's nice and it's positive, if you put it in a flat surface and then became flat or it doesn't come apart, you can use it again. Even, should I say now that, yeah, okay, screw it. Even if this comes apart, you have to clean it very well, brake cleaner to be completely dry, and then you can apply sealant. You put it in place, you put the 4 bolts, but you're not torquing it down. You leave it, you're torquing down after 15, 20, 25 minutes, it depends, to cure a little bit. And then you torque it down. Actually, this is a sealant from the factory. Just only has this pattern. Yeah, it is what it is. This is how it comes. It doesn't come with this kind of seal. All right. Couple of parts here inside, couple of bolts, the cooling jets, and some other stuff that I have prepared. Crankshaft bearing cap bolts here. Now, let me show you a couple of boxes because I have removed some boxes and I put it inside of the big box. That this is what he brought the customer before, how he brought me the parts. This, if I remember right, this is from the crankshaft rear seal. Okay, the connecting bearings, it was inside of this box. Then there was on this, it was the motor, if I remember right. Here inside there was just only one seal. I'm gonna show you the seal. And here I have the stock head bolts, but I give it back to the owner here because I have a studs, so it doesn't make any sense to keep a head bolts, right? And here's all the nylon bags, whatever he brought the customer, back to him. Now, yeah, inside of that white box, it was specific, it was this one here. Hey, keep it there, keep it there. This one has already the washers here, yep, for the cylinder head. Lovely, all good, all good. So far, everything's fine. The motor that you can see on the previous videos, it was broken from the transportation, is here. This seal, the crankshaft rear seal, because like I said, the car doesn't have high mileage. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it on the same box where is the new one to be returned back to the owner. The new one has a seal, it has the crankshaft rear seal and has also this seal. So it's fine, it's okay. Actually, after all, it belongs to him. All these parts need to be washed. The old gaskets here need to go back in the position of the new gaskets and then back to the owner, like any other time, and then need washing. What's my plan? Because I haven't even touched the cylinder heads. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Imagine if you watch the first videos, the previous video, I don't remember which one, you see that there is, I make a leak down test and you hear that it's leaking from the exhaust valves. All right, a little bit from the intake valves and mostly from the exhaust valves. Then I'm opening the crankshaft main bearings and I see polishing mark on the main bearings. Yes, they're gonna run, but when you put it, you're gonna put an aftermarket connecting rods to can handle the torque, okay? I'm gonna fix the piston ring gap to have somewhere to go the piston ring if it runs hot. And you realize that it will gonna have a turbo upgrade, it might work also on ethanol, it's gonna have also water methanol to cool down the intake air temperature. So it's beyond stock application. And that's my point. You have so many ways to build this engine, but for me there is only one way. You strip it off everything, you wash everything, you inspect one by one everything, and then you make your move. You close everything. That's how it is. Some other people, what they're doing, they're not gonna remove the crankshaft, they're gonna just put the piston connectors inside. They will gonna mix up the pistons, that means the piston from the number 1 cylinder. They will not gonna put it again on the number 1, they might put it on the number 4, number 7, number 8, or whatever. I have seen that before. It's not a big deal. It's not the first time, so it is a big deal on a used engine. If it was a brand new engine, it's not a big deal. But on an engine that was running, and has, let us say, 50,000 kilometers, it is a big deal to put again the pistons on the same cylinder as it was running, without carbon to be cleaned. Then, if I don't lap the valves, it will gonna run, it will gonna work, there is no problem. But it's not gonna be optimized, it's not gonna be okay. Now you have the chance, everything is out, right? That's why the owner, he brought me also the valve seals. The valve seals, I'm changing it, not because they're suffering the valve seals, but because I want to strip off everything from the cylinder head, wash it, prepare it, clean it, lap the valves, and then dress it again with the new seals, and everybody happy. Alright, that's the plan. To don't have any headache. If you open everything, you clean everything, you inspect everything, then you know, they pass through your hands, you see it with your eyes, you get some measurements. If you never open it, you'll never gonna know. Simple as that. Makes sense? Who knows? To me it makes sense. Now somebody else maybe it doesn't make sense, but who cares, right? So lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now let's prepare. These are the parts for the 113K. I'm waiting some parts for the 113K. Obviously I'm not gonna be able to mix it up. One's Mercedes, the other one's BMW. One's from 2004, the other one's from 2020. There is no contact between them. I need to separate, like I said, the piece of the connecting rods. Alright. Height and number, go to wash it. Piston rings. Bearings, I have it for reference, I said. Lovely. And the engine block. And the final dimensions, the final checkup. Yeah, on the cylinders after washing. Do I forget something? No, I don't think so. I forget anything. So, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. Why I'm going front and back? The plan is, I have, let us say, the crankshaft nice and polished and washed. I have the main bearings. I'm taking with the plastic cage, the block nice and clean. Prepared piece connecting rods in a row. I'm closing a short block. I'm closing down, because I need the space and I don't want to bring also the cylinder heads here. And as soon as I do that, that means we're gonna be pretty much everything closed except of the cylinder heads. And then I'm gonna deal with the cylinder heads. That's how I want to do it. And that's how I'm gonna do it. Lovely? Who knows? And this box, putting back the parts, and don't forget, no, again, we're not gonna be able to mix it up. These are the parts of the 113K. This need to be returned back to the customer. 113K there. Yeah, it's not mixable. That's it. A small update, mostly for the owner. I'm working on the new engine, man. Yeah, I pause the 113K. Even if they come the parts, I'm gonna give priority to this engine, because my other friend, also the owner of the Mate, it's also my friend. The owner of the 113K, it's also a friend of mine. He's not in hurry, and now it's the summer. He doesn't, even if we delay a month, we're not gonna delay for a month, but I'm just saying, he's not so much in hurry. But my other friend with the BMW, he's a little bit in hurry. Alright, that's it. Like I said, an update. Dang it, 14 minutes. Did I forget something? Even if I forget something, you're gonna see it on the next video. Now, going to wash. Keep the bearings aside and then start washing. Yeah. Over and out.